What's up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to review Tyler Perry's Ruthless, Season 4, Episode 10. So if you haven't seen the 10th episode of Season 4 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, turn this video off, go watch the episode, come back and watch this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's an easy and free way to support my channel, support me and my channel. Literally takes less than 4 seconds to support your girl. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts and expressions. Ain't nobody paying me to say shit. Ain't nobody forcing me to say shit. And I'm also not a public speaker, so I will tend to stutter. You might hear me say and so like 1,000 times. Definitely gonna be looking to my notes that I take throughout the show. Might pause to regain my thoughts. All that good stuff. All that good, bad stuff, whatever. What else? See, I just said Of course, I got my handy dandy water bottle. Keep me hydrated. Am I forgetting to say anything? Oh yeah, I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. This episode was a tricky one. A lot of little stuff did happen in this episode. I'm gonna give it a B plus. I'm not gonna lie. This episode was alright. It wasn't too bad. I'm just giving it a B plus before I change my damn mind. Last chance. If you haven't seen the 10th episode of Season 4 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, turn this video off right now because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. Okay. So, the first scene is at the sheriff's office. So, the sheriff's there and Mac's there, acting like they run shit, but they supposed to be like, I could have sworn in the first episode, didn't Desiree tell Mac he was off the case or something like that? Or he had to step down? I can't remember. And then they told Sheriff he couldn't do nothing, like, for real, like, took over his station, told him they was going to be following all that. So they walk in there like they big dogs. As Sheriff, because you know the last episode, Sheriff and Desiree got that tip about the senator's son being there who turned out to be Aaron. So they was like, oh, we about to go up in there. So they about to leave out, and Sheriff like, why are y'all going to the compound? So they explain the situation about Aaron. Basically, they say, like, the cell tower is the only cell tower he could have pinged off of, things like that. So the sheriff was like, you can't just go in there on that. You'll have a lot of dead bodies on your hands. You know, he with them, so of course he gonna stall them out. So Mac was like, I agree. Mac with them too, so of course he gonna stall them out. And I'm just like, they should be, their authority should be over Mac and the sheriffs, I feel like. So the sheriff was like, tell me what happened. So Mac was like, you know, if they see more than one police car up there, they're going to kill everybody. They'll start shooting everybody up in there. So Desiree was like, well, what's your advice? What's his advice? You told him to step down on the first episode. What are you talking about? Why are you listening to him? But we see. So she was like, what's your advice? Desiree not stupid, though. I give her that. Where am I? Sheesh. Oh, yeah. So she was like, what's your advice? Asking Mac that. So Sheriff was like, let me go up there and talk to him. Like that's ever gotten anywhere in the past. Desiree was like, haven't you been drinking? Sheriff was like, in the morning I'll go talk to him. I was like, if they sending the sheriff and Mac up there to get into, they ain't gonna get no intel. Like, so Desiree was like, what if the senator's son is in danger? And Sheriff was like, well, he'll be in danger till the morning. I think that's probably what made Desiree, like, after this whole moment when Sheriff and Mac leave, she was like, we're going up there anyway. I think that's what made her mind up. Thomas said, well, he'll just be in danger until the morning. Like, what? What kind of sheriff says that? Cal was like, is he serious? Sheriff was like, yeah, it'll be fine. I know them. And we know this. Like, come on, man, with the dialogue. This guy was like, how well do you know them? Sheriff was like, what is that supposed to mean? Start saying, I'm sick of these smart ass agents and these guys, just like Brian was smart. So Cal was like, well, Brian and his wife were just found dead in their home, burned in their home. So Sheriff was like, what the hell? Trying to act like he don't know. I mean, he didn't know that was the way they was going to do it, but he knew that they was doing something with Brian. They told him that they already killed Brian. Daikon had already told him. So he was like, what the hell? So Cal, he asked the sheriff, like, do you know anything about that? Do you know anything? Sheriff was like, I just know that him and his wife had problems. He said some other stuff. He said some other type of stuff. I don't even remember what the sheriff says. So Cal was like, so we not going up there? Desiree was like, nah. So the sheriff was like, I'm heading on home or something. I don't know what he says going. Mac was like, I'm headed to the hotel. So they leave. So then Desiree calls some agent over, this Agent Bryce. She's like, follow Mac, but not too close. I was like, somebody need to be following that damn sheriff too. So Cal, he notices Desiree sent the agent to follow Mac. He was like, oh, so you not buying that bullshit neither, huh? Desiree was like, nope. Cal was like, you notice how they was on each other's side talking about Mac and the sheriff? She was like, yeah, I did. Then Cal was like, I can't believe we're waiting till morning. Desiree was like, we're not waiting till morning. She said, as soon as they get settled in, wherever they at, we gone. Cal said something like, that's why I love working with you. Something, I don't know what he said. He's like, fuck yeah, let's go. They about to roll up on the compound. So Elder Mother approaches we at the Rockaducy compound. Elder Mother approaches the highest. He was like, make my food. He's like, I'm on my way to prepare it now. He was like, bring the new girl, talking about Laura. Hey, bring her too. You need to say keep her dosage high. Then the highest said something about being upset at himself. Being upset with himself for telling Daikon. For forgetting to tell Daikon to take the package out of the cooler. Talking about Aaron. So then he asked Elder Mother, where you coming from? Elder Mother was like, I'm from our little experiment. Talking about Lacey. The highest was like, is she ready? And I was like, oh yeah, she's ready. Elder Mother was like, you want the men to start tonight? The highest was like, I decided to do things differently. He was like, she cannot bear, what'd you say? She cannot bear a child of the highest. Says, tells her to only use men that have not been enlightened. So that's basically the big, strong, definitely hetero niggas that's not into the enlightenment, what is getting fucked in the ass. So she was like, okay, your highest. She was like, I can start tonight. He was like, the highest was like, make sure it's unpleasant. Husband was like, oh yes, it will be. I hope they don't show that. I don't want to see it. I do not want to see her get gang raped. I don't want to see it. They didn't show it when she got taken off with Lilo, so don't show it here. We already had to watch it with Ruth, but with Ruth it was more like she was consenting because at the moment I felt like she believed it. In that moment she didn't. She was not cool with it. But she just let it happen. But we do not need to see Lacey. We don't need to see that happen to her. But I got a feeling they're gonna show it anyway. So the women they outside serving the men breakfast. Ruth suggests, basically demands, the girl that she called fucking Lewis. who I found out this episode name is Bridget. So she basically like suggests / demands Bridget to come over there and serve next to her. So Lewis was like, Lewis walks up with his plate. Good morning. So, Ruth, she's like, good morning, brother. She's like, how are you? Lewis was like, I'm a little nervous. Ruth was like, well, you shouldn't be. She's like, I decided not. She was like, I decided I changed my mind. Lewis was like, and? Ruth was like, well, I'll tell you later. I find you, tell you where to meet. Oh, excuse me. So here come John. What was that about? She always popping up. What was that about? Goddamn motorcycle. Doing a review here. Nick. So John, what was that about? Ruth was like, nothing. John was like, you hold down on me, I'm gonna hold down on you. I'm gonna do the same. And Ruth don't like that. She don't want that. So she says, I saw him trying to entice one of the girls, or so I thought. And then she like makes a little darts her eyes at Bridget. She tells John, but I said it straight though. So that's when Joan tells Ruth, I asked the other mother where the children were. Ruth was like, what did she say? Joan was like, the mother said she don't know. She said only the highest knows. Ruth was like, well, I'll find out. Joan was like, that's dangerous. Ruth was like, whatever play we got. She's like, I'm not leaving without my daughter. I was like, okay. I mean, I like she still got the daughter on the brain. I hope if she gets the opportunity to take Tally's daughter too. I mean, no one would blame her if she can't get Tally's daughter out. She can only get her daughter out. But if you can, Ruth, So Dagon, he approaches the elder mother. I've been looking for you. Elder mother was like, I was with the highest. She said, he told me to tell you to take the package out the cooler. Dr. Dagon was like, prepare the highest meal. Elder mother was like, I was already doing that. She's like, Zane girl, calls Zane over. Come help me in the kitchen. So then the highest, he goes back to check on Malcolm because he gave him them drugs, that heroin, to see if he was going to stay alive, basically. Give him little light slaps on the face like, hey. I just want to see if you're good. I want to see if you good so I can be good. Malcolm's like, yeah, I'm good. He out of it. He all drugged up now. He's like, yeah, I'm good. He's like, where am I? The highest was like, you're in my Rakadushi compound. Malcolm was like, shit. He came back to reality real quick. The highest was like, how was your trip? Malcolm gets there. It was a good trip. The highest was like, you can say thank you anytime. Malcolm was like, thank you, your highest. The highest was like, just like all these other people here, I become your God. What else he say? Where am I? Okay. Yeah, he said, just like the rest of these people in here, I become your God. Malcolm started laughing. The highest was like, you don't believe me? Malcolm was like, I do. The highest, he going on, I have my life. I have your life in my hands. I know how to make you mad or happy. Like, make sure you call me your highest. Malcolm was like, yes, your highest. So this is when the highest was like, I want you to tell us everything that the FBI has on I'm just like, here we go with the same old bullshit. When he was trying to tell y'all everything, Daikon said y'all knew everything. So it's just like, Daikon said y'all knew everything. So Malcolm's like, I could do that. I could do that. He was like, what you gonna do for me? The highest like, that's not how this works. Malcolm's like, and if I refuse, the highest was like, you don't have a choice. He's like, do you know where you are? He's like, I'm in your Rakadushi compound. The highest was like, yeah, but where in the Rakadushi compound? He was like, I'm in container. He was like, not just any container, you're in the charge share. He was like, let me show you how it works. Start shocking the shit out of Malcolm. You know, Malcolm, he begging, please, stop, please. So Daikon, he goes to take Aaron out the cooler. Aaron freezing, hyperventilating, and all that. He yelling, I'm freezing. I don't remember what he said. I'm so cold. I don't even know what he said. Daikon talking to him, oh, just warm up. We do this to people all the time. He was like, you ready to behave now? I said Icon. Aaron was like, yes, Daikon. But then Daikon asked Aaron, like, why did the highest put you in the cooler? I cut the jumps, but I'm glad I be having my sisters over here. He said, why he put you in the cooler? Aaron was like, because I wanted to leave. Daikon was like, and now do you know why you can't leave? What did he say? He says, now do you know you can't leave here? Aaron was like, yes. And Daikon was like, good boy. Start petting him. Daikon was like, be lucky he let you out because they don't usually let people out. I ain't seen nobody die in that cooler yet. That I can remember. I can't remember. Maybe somebody died in the cooler. So Daikon telling him, just stand up on your feet, come. Aaron can barely walk. Daikon like, come on, you're not that cold. So he tries to put Aaron into another different container. Aaron like, please, no. He's like, I can just go. He's like, I can just go with you. And Daikon was like, you cannot. Aaron was like, please. Daikon was like, it's warm in there. That's how you will warm up. He was like, I'm not gonna cuff you or anything. I'm not gonna chain you up. Aaron immediately goes in then. But then as Daikon closed the door, he was like, new locks. So it's like a twisting situation with the door. So I don't think Aaron will be able to get out of there anyway. So back at the serving station with the women, Ruth tell Bridget, she's like, I won't tell unless you don't tell me what I want to hear. So she started asking Bridget, like, how do you meet with Lewis? Bridget tells her, I leave a note under his cup, and when she serves him his food, and he knows where to meet. She says basically at some abandoned car or something. Ruth was like, and nobody sees y'all? Bridget was like, the car is covered in newspapers, so can't nobody see nothing. So Ruth was like, well, show me how you do it with the cup thing. Show me the cup thing. So Bridget does the little cup thing. Ruth was like, give it to me. Bridget was like, are you going to sleep with Lewis? Ruth was like, what? What the hell? I am to be the wife of the highest. What the hell no? I just want to talk to him. Bridget was like, I see the way he look at you. Something like that. Ruth tell her, girl, like, this is not the place to be jealous in. And I ain't lying. Like, girl, get it together. You being jealous and fearing for your life? So then we get to scene in the kitchen. Elder Mother is showing Zane what she's putting in the highest food. But she's saying stuff like, and this, you put a little bit of this. Zane just giddy, yes, the other mother. You know, other mother's like, you're such a good girl, so obedient. Zane's like, I live to serve you, other mother. Other mother's like, yeah, you're so good, you're nothing like that Lacey. So Zane was like, she's a deserter, she should die. I was like, oh, here we go. That's why other mother was like, she's already dead. I was like, come on, Zane. She's gonna tell me something, she should die twice. The other mother was like, yeah, yes. The other mother was like, I thought she was your friend, though. Zane was like, she was my friend until she left, became a deserter, da-da-da. She's like, that's why I enjoy putting salt in her wounds. So in that moment, I was like, okay, Zane trying to see if Elder Mother going to, you know, tell her that Lacey alive, what she does. And that would leeway her into fake wanting to torture her. But hold low key, like take care of her, watch her. So Elder Mother's like, oh, you enjoyed that salt in the wounds, huh? You're just like me. Elder Mother all giddy to hear that. Because Zane's like, I wish I could stomp on Lacey's face. That's when Elder Mother was like, what if you could torture her living body? I was like, good job, Zane. You almost slipped up a little bit talking about she should die. Because I forgot in that moment, Zane, you ain't even supposed to know that she alive. But anyway, so Elder Mother tells Zane Lacey's alive. And she tells her about the highest changing into the unenlightened man coming in to see her tonight. She was like, you will help me with that, Zane. You can see Zane crack a little bit, but she still has to hold it together. She's like, I can't wait. Smiling and all that. So then we get this long ass table scene. Like, I don't even remember how many people that came and went from this damn table. But first it starts off with the two soldiers, Lewis and George. Lewis tells George, like, Ruth caught me with Bridget. George was like, she gonna tell the highest? Lewis was like, well, she says she is, but she ain't did it yet. So I don't think so. George was like, you want to bet on that? So Lewis get the Ruth's a street chick. I know them type of shit. She ain't falling for this shit. I'm like, oh, here we go with the street chick shit again. George was like, nah, Ruth is definitely Raku. She'll make you think it, though. She'll definitely make you believe it. Lewis was like, no, she not. So George was like, you told her about the money. Lewis was like, I ain't had no choice. He was like, I ain't give you up, though. He's like, I ain't tell her about you. But y'all always together, so, like, people gonna put two and two together. So Lewis starts telling, what's his name? Lewis starts telling George that Ruth want to get her daughter out of here. And I'm going to help her get her daughter out. So George's like, Ruth not falling for that shit. Ruth approaches. She comes up with the cup from Bridget with a note on it. Some more tea, brother. George was like, yes. Ruth was like, not you. Lewis was like, thank you. Ruth was like, I love seeing your brotherhood. It tells me a lot about you. Basically, like saying she know that he one of the dudes that he didn't mention that's in on the money con. Like, of course Ruth was gonna put two and two together. Like, come on. So Ruth walks away. And George like, she gonna burn us, man. Lewis like, nah, she just toying with us like a little cat. George was like, you enjoying this? Lewis was like, I mean, if I had the chance with Ruth. George was like, snap out of it. We in trouble. Lewis was like, man, just trust me, man. I'm playing this right. I was like, okay, man. You say so. So then Manny comes down and sits with them. So Lewis was like, look who finally decided to join us. Manny was like, yeah, I'm always the one. Lewis was like, what does that mean? That's when Manny was like, look, man, you was right. He wanted to fuck me in the ass. Lewis was like, how you know? Manny's like, because he just said it to me, man. He's like, I can't believe I fell for this bullshit. That's when Lewis was like, so you back? You back in the fold? Manny was like, yeah. George was like, nah, hell nah. You can't just be back in like that. Manny was like, I was confused. I was confused, man. Your boys tried to tell you. But I get it, though. Like, your dick gets slit up. And you in a situation like the Rockadoochie compound where they can't get access to stuff to slice your dick, and you wondering, like, what the hell? But still, he was like, I was confused. George was like, yeah, you easily confused. Man, he was like, man, this is all the mind game. He was like, man, tell me the plan. George was like, ain't no plan. I don't blame George, though. Like, all these niggas know. And they just in and out like that. Man, he was like, I thought y'all had a plan, man. I want in. George was like, nah, I'm out. And leaves. Lewis was like, Lewis tells Manny, just give it a second. Then he sees the words on the bottom of his cup. It almost looked like Manny saw him too. Big ass black words on the bottom of a clear cup. So he was like, oh, Manny, I gotta go. So he gets up and leaves. Then River comes over. So now he's sitting down talking. Manny like, what do you want, River? What do you say? Oh yeah, River's like, where did those two go? Manny's like, to do their job. What do you want? Why are you always over here? River's like, I'm just checking on you. He was like, how's your dick? Man, he was like, get the fuck away from me. Get away from me. He was like, get away from me, man. River was like, okay. Starts to get up to leave. Then Manny was like, hold up right quick. So he was like, how did she do it? And River was like, what are you talking about? Manny was like, how did she do it? How did she cut me? So River was like, it was the Raku. So Manny chuckles and was like, okay. He was like, I'm going to make her tell me. He was like, River was like, she ain't going to tell you nothing different. Manny was like, yeah, okay. River was like, don't ask her nothing. You going to get punished by the Raku. Then Daikon comes over. River, get the hell away from my man. Then he asked Manny, what was he talking to you about? He knew that was coming. Manny was like, oh, he just was being annoying. And usually Daikon questions stuff further. Like, no, what did he say? He just took it. He was like, yeah. Because he can't stand River, yeah. Annoying. So the other mother, she started walking to the highest trailer. She got his food in hand. Oh, no, this ain't the damn scene. Sheesh. I saw the word Elder Mother and thought, I skipped. So Elder Mother and Zane, they come over to where the men eating at. Elder Mother was like, if you got a blue card, hold your hand up. So the men with blue card, they hold their hand up. She's like, you ought to meet me in the classroom after dinner. And then they walk off. Daikon was like, what the hell was that? Then Joan woke up to Ruth. What was that about? Like, come on, man. She killed me always. What was that about? Ruth was like, I have no idea. So then Zane comes over. Joan was like, what was that about? To Zane. So Zane was like, it's about Lacey. Joan was like, what about her? Zane was like, well, the elder mother is going to have them rape her. They're going to bring the highest a child. Joan says, but those men aren't enlightened. Zane says, I know. She was like, the highest doesn't want her children to be his seed. Ruth was like, this shit is crazy. Then River walks up, did you hear? Joan was like, you are not supposed to be over here with the women. Where is River allowed? Like, I'm not even going to hold you. He can't be over there with the men, and he's not allowed to talk with the women. Like, where does River go? So River's like, oh, calm down. The men are eating. They ain't paying attention to me being over here. So he was like, River was like, they're all gonna have sex with Lacey. Ruth was like, is Lacey even gonna hold up? John was like, what do you mean, Ruth? Like, this is an awful thing. Ruth was like, no, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, like, she knows things. That's when John was like, you should have led with that. So they don't even care about the girl well-being. They just scared that she might give in, and try to give them up. She already tried that. So Zane tells them, I'll be there during the rape. He said, I'll be there. Ruth was like, you have to convince Lacey that, what'd she say? You have to convince Lacey to hold up until we get her out of there. Basically said, like, she was like, you have to ensure her that we're going to get her out. Zane was like, I'll try. And she walks away. River was like, we can't even assure ourselves getting out of here. How we going to assure Lacey? Joan was like, right. And I've been thinking that the whole time. I've been like, yeah, okay, y'all know where the money at. Y'all got this little scheme plan. Y'all know how much coming in and all that. The players and all that. But the big thing is, like, how y'all going to get out of here? Which I guess now is why I feel like Ruth probably like working with Lewis. Plus, Lewis and them group don't even know how much is really in there. They think it's like a couple of $100,000. Whole time he got over $1 million in that trailer. And this is why Daikon is so protective of the trailer. So Elder Mother, she approaching the trailer with the highest food in hand, whatever. Daikon like, what you doing? Elder Mother's like, oh, you want to know what your men are doing, huh? She was like, ask the highest. Daikon's like, I will. So River approaches and like, Elder Mother, we need some help. And Elder Mother was like, yes, walk me to the highest door. Daikon was like, no, the highest isn't in there. Elder Mother was like, well, I have his dinner. Daikon was like, you can't go in there when he's not in there. Elder Mother was like, since when? Start going off. She's like, I'm going in there. Daikon tells the soldier that's guarding the highest trailer. He's like, don't let her in there. The soldier was like, Elder Mother, step back. Elder Mother was like, are you just mad because I won't tell you what's going on with your men? Daikon was like, just wait here. She was like, his food will get cold. River was like, well, how about I go get the highest? Daikon was like, no. She'll just wait. Elder Mother just wait. So then Daikon, he walks off. River was like, well, Elder Mother, let me walk you back to the kitchen. Keep this warm for the highest. Elder Mother was like, no, I'm going to stand right here. Bumba clock. I was just like, what the hell? He ain't gonna want that cold ass food. You always stay wanting to keep it hot for people that newcomers and people that y'all trying to drug. But when it comes to the highest, you gonna make it cold, Elder Mother? So let me get these two scenes, these two agents. They dressed in camouflage gear though. Had me thinking they was rockadoochies. They spot Andrew, I guess trying to get back onto the compound. They go for him and they get the drop on him. They draw their guns on him. Andrew like, oh, whoa, I'm FBI. Like, y'all making a big mistake. I was coming. I saw y'all. I was coming to help. I was coming to get help. He's like, I'm undercover. The agent was like, still. Andrew was like, man, what y'all about the deputy? I only did that to the deputy to get back to the location. So they was like, what location is that? Andrew was like, come on, y'all know I can't tell y'all that. So Adrian was like, get on your feet. Andrew was like, man, call somebody that tried to fight both of them. But eventually he gets dropped by both of them. They handcuff him. So Ruth goes to this damn newspaper field covered car to meet up with Lewis. I was like, oh man, Ruth, you getting into some dumb shit now. You about to get caught with a random soldier that you ain't never had no relation with. You already got caught with Daikon. You already got caught with Mammy by Daikon with the needle. She needs to chill. But I get it. She trying to figure out what the escape plan is. They was just talking about how we getting up out of here. So they in there. Ruth was like, will you follow? And Lewis was like, I've been doing this before you. Me and Bridget been up in here. Lewis was like, how else you know? He was like, how you know about this car? Why would she bring you to drink with the... Come on, man. So Ruth gets to, Bridget told me all the places you guys had sex. Lewis was like, oh, thank you for not telling the highest. Ruth was like, who says I'm not? So Lewis was like, man, what you want, Ruth? Ruth was like, I want $300K. And I was like, wait, didn't he just tell you last episode that the highest had 200K from their knowledge, from him and his team's knowledge, that they had 300K or 200K or something like that? Why would you think you would get all of it? So Lewis was like, that's the whole load, exactly, to them. So Ruth was like, well, I'll take 50K and my daughter. So Lewis was like, okay, we can make that happen. So Ruth was like, I want to hear your plan. So Lewis was like, we're just going to grab the money, take the highest hostage, and we're going to drive right up out of here. So Ruth was like, what, you and George? Lewis was like, so what if it's him? Ruth was like, look, it's stupid. Your plan is stupid. She was like, most of the men here are loyal and they believe in this shit. And Lewis was like, I knew you didn't believe in this bullshit. Ruth was like, we're going to do this. We're going to do it my way. So Lewis was like, so what's the plan? So Ruth was like, you're going to need several guys. I mean, they already, from when they was talking, it seemed like they had like 7 already. But she said, yeah, y'all going to need several guys. What'd she say? Oh, yeah. Lewis was like, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. And Ruth was like, well, get Bridget. She said, arm Bridget with something and get Bridget to get some of her women. Ruth was like, I know where the money is, and when the time is right, I'll move the money and you'll have to move quickly. Says when she gives the signal, they're gonna draw their gun. They draw their guns on the other man, and then put a gun to the highest head and take him hostage. So Lewis was like, what about you? And Ruth was like, well, have one of the women put a gun to my head and take me hostage too. Lewis was like, well, this could work. Ruth was like, they'll freeze when the highest is captured. She was like, but put me in a different car. Like, they got the options. Like, what? Probably got one little junk that they know working, gonna get them out of there. Talking about put me in a different car. Some let me go first so I can get my daughter out the back gate or something like that. So Lewis was like, you're gonna have to be fast. And Ruth was like, I know, but we gotta wait till the children come back. So Lewis was like, all right, they be back tonight. So Ruth was like, where were they? Lewis was like, look, I don't know. They just told us that they be coming back tonight on the buses. Lewis was like, man, we gonna do this or what? Ruth was like, well, when will the highest be speaking again? Lewis was like, I don't know. Ruth was like, well, I can make him have a prophecy. Lewis was like, you could do that? Ruth was like, he's small-minded. Or she said something about basically easily manipulated or something like that. Lewis was like, nothing happens till I get the money. Ruth was like, all right, I'm going to drop the bag. You had one of your men come pick it up. Lewis was like, all right, that's a plan. That's a bet. Pages George on the walkie-talkie, make sure everything all clear. George give him the all clear. Roof run out the car. George was like, good, go. I thought somebody was going to catch Roof ass coming out the damn car. But apparently, but fortunately, I guess Roof didn't get caught. Then they get this quick little scene. A soldier he paging somebody on the walkie-talkie. The evil government is coming. The evil government is coming. And for that quick little moment, I forgot that Desiree and Cal and them was going up there anyway. So the last little scene, the highest, he in the little charge chair container, still shocking the hell out of Malcolm. He's like, tell me everything you know. Malcolm's like, what do you want to know? And Hayes was like, everything, talk. Just keep shocking him. So then Malcolm gets to saying, the FBI, we done had y'all under investigation for 4 years. The Hayes was like, how did we get on y'all radar? Malcolm says some parents were saying that they had teenagers that went up there or something like that. So the Hayes was like, which parents? Malcolm was like, I don't know. And the Hayes was about to shock him. He's like, but I can find out. The Hayes was about to shock him. So he's like, I can find out. And the Hayes was like, how? How you going to do that? Malcolm was like, if you get me to a computer, I can get into the database. He was like, please don't shock me again. Just begging not to be shocked again. The Hayes was like, if you get to a computer and you try something, Malcolm was like, I won't, I promise. And the Hayes was like, I don't believe you. And just kept shocking him more. Daikon comes knocking. He's like, the Hayes, please come outside. I need to talk. We need to talk. It's urgent. The Hayes irritated. He come out. You know you ain't ate yet neither. So he's like, what is it? So Daikon's like, our lookout just called. There's four cars headed this way. The Hayes was like, who is it? Daikon's like, it's the FBI. He's like, what should we do, sir? And you know the kids ain't there. So the Hayes was like, well, we going to war. But like I said, this episode, it had a lot of more moving parts than most episodes be having on this show. So that's why I said I gave it a, what did I give it, a B+? Yeah. Predictions for episodes to come. Poor Lacey. I don't want to see that Lacey scene. I hope they do not show that. I hope she can get out of it somehow. They trying to make it seem like stuff about to pop off, like the kids coming back tonight, so is the plan about to happen to take the money now? He ain't even went on all his bank runs yet. Then Ruth still gotta get her daughter. Does she still got that? Oh, does she still got the key to the kids' armory? I mean, to the kids' area, the children's trailer, or whatever it's called. I wonder if she still got the key to that. I wonder if Zane gonna try to do something to try to stop the rape happening for Lacey. I wonder how she gonna do that, being right up under elder mother. And Ruth telling her she gotta stay strong. That's some crazy stuff, man. I don't think nothing gonna happen when the FBI show up. They gonna come to the front gate, probably ask a couple questions, and then they gonna leave. And Aaron's still gonna be there, getting tortured or whatever the hell the fuck. So I don't even think ain't nothing big gonna happen. It's Ruthless. Ain't nothing big gonna happen. But yeah, those are my little tiny predictions for episodes to come. Thanks for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And comment below what you thought of the episode, what you thought about what I talked about, if I forgot anything, what you would grade the episode, all that good stuff. Comment below. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.